Hi, everyone. So today I am doing a podcast with Lily Whispers. As you can see here, it's going to be soft spoken, guys, because we were having a little technical difficulties with our mics. This is part two of a two-part podcast. If you want to see part one, which you should watch first, go to Lily's channel. You don't necessarily have to watch it first, but whatever. And basically Lily wanted to do like Collabtober and do some collabs in the month of October. And we decided on doing this. If you guys like this, I discussed it before. Me and Lily would potentially do a like regular podcast, like a weekly thing, not here on YouTube, but on whatever other platform and audio only and non-ASMR. So if you like this, let us know in the comments. And again, make sure you go watch the other part of it on her channel. We were talking about things like Millie Bobby Brown, scandal, not scandal, but whatever.
Yeah, the controversy, I guess. I kind of like her new skincare line.
Mm-hmm. What else did we discuss? I forgot. I'm already
the Ace family drama.
Right. Other
and
that we like.
And like some favorite makeup, like skin. I guess mine was like skincare. Yours was makeup. So
right.
Yeah. So check it out.
All right. So we'll go into our little agenda, our little outline, and we wanted to just continue the conversation on like YouTubers and such. So Lily and I were talking about. I remember talking about this with you way before like Jake Paul and Logan Paul when like the Shane
Dawson
docu-series about Jake Paul came out, and you watched it and you were like, wait, I think I like love Jake Paul. And I was like, who the fuck is Jake Paul? I don't know who that is, but I don't know why you like him. Like but basically I do watch him, but I feel like because he's younger than Logan, like I can tell there are maturity differences, and I can see that Logan's like maturing more, like physically and mentally. We listen to his.
You're like, well, physically, I've been noticing he's been getting a little facial hair.
He cut his hair a little bit. Thank God. He needs to like cut it even shorter. That mop was like
doing nothing for him.
I don't like a mop. Like, I'd rather you be bald, like shiny bald.
You watched The Office?
Yeah, obviously.
Do you remember like Jim, like his hair, like in the early season, it was like that mop, and then he cuts it, and he's just like so much better looking.
Do you watch Jack Ryan on Amazon? Oh my God, do you have Amazon Prime TV?
Yes. You
need to watch. You need to get off this podcast with me. Cut me off right now and go watch it.
Okay. Bye.
Peace. I just want this peace. No, it's so good. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's so good. You're gonna get into it in the first like 10 minutes. Jack Ryan season 2 is coming out soon.
What's like the premise?
He's so hot in it. He's like in the, what is it, like the FBI or the CIA or one of those things, and he's like a data analyst or something, and they're looking for terrorists, but that's not exactly his job, but he sees things that like his superiors don't see, so they kind of like let him go into the trenches, and it's like adventure, and you'd think it's like more of a boy show because there's guns and violence and stuff, but there's really good like background story to it, and there's like a woman involved that you can kind of like get into her story, and it's just so good. Like it's one of those where you keep going like next episode and like watch the whole season in like 2 days.
I'll have to check it out. I'm looking for a new show. Did you watch The Sinner on Netflix? So good.
I just watched season 2.
So good. I thought season 2 was just as good as season 1 too, which like never happens.
My friends didn't like season 2.
What didn't they like about it? It was so good.
They said it was slow, and we were like on the airplane to Florida, and I was getting ready to watch it, and they're like, oh, season 2 sucks. I was like, oh, great. But I watched it and I liked it. I know.
Yeah, no, I loved it. That's funny. We watched, like Lydia and I, when we were going to England, we watched season 1 on the airplane, and we just like had no idea.
I don't know what that is. What's that?
What do you mean?
Airplane?
We were on the airplane. Where you was like,
You literally said I watched season 1 of Airplane. I'm like,
oh,
no, watch this.
no, on the airplane, like we watched season 1 of The Sinner.
So excited to watch Airplane season.
New show idea. Let us know your suggestions in the comments. But no, back to what were you saying about Logan Paul?
So we kind of like Logan Paul. We forgive him for his whole suicide force thing.
I guess we have to like
learned from it.
I know now he's like trying to fight like KSI again. It's like so annoying.
Honestly, though, you know what? I was just watching that video that he posted. Like, he's like a marketing genius. Like, do you realize he just created, like, he basically made himself into a boxer because of nothing, because he made the hype about it. He's not a boxer. KSI is not a boxer. I don't even know who the fuck KSI is.
He's like another YouTuber. Like, YouTubers fighting now is like this, like,
exactly.
I remember I watched the fight last year with Jake Paul and Deji, and then KSI and Logan Paul. It was pretty juicy.
I'm not into like watching boxing, but like, yeah, like now I might. Like, he had a press conference. There was so many people there. Their fight is at the fucking Staples Center. Like, are you kidding? Do you know what, like, how much that would cost? Like, rent out the Staples Center?
They made a crap ton of money last year on the fight. I remember that. Like, both Paul, I mean, like, everyone involved made a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like sponsors and shit, but basically they're geniuses. They're doing events. They're making the hype themselves, like with YouTube and stuff, and like they're good at what they're doing, and they know their audience, and like roped into it. I'm 26 years old, and like Tony's nephew's like, I love Jake Paul. I'm like, oh my god, like this is like
we have this in common. Well, I got out of watching Jake Paul for a while, and then he brought Tana on, and I was like, I don't know why, I was like, it was just so juicy. It just seemed like they were like perfect for each other. And then like I followed everything about their relationship up until the wedding, and I'm happy I like didn't buy to see their wedding or anything, but everyone, I mean, it was all confirmed that it was like fake, and then there were videos of them like leaving the reception like separate.
Right. So I never watched Jake Paul until him and Tana. I don't even remember how I found. Like I said, I think it was a Shane Dawson thing, but yeah, I knew that they weren't even dating when they started dating, and they're still trying to say that they're dating, and it's like
like, give it up. Like, come on.
Again, Tony's nephew, he's 11 years old. He's like, Tana's my like celebrity crush, and I show Tony her Instagram, like the pictures of her that's like, I'm legal, bitches, and she's got like tits and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh god. And Tony's like, oh god, like my 11-year-old nephew follows this girl on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, she's pretty provocative. I used to not be able to stand her until I started watching the videos with her and Jake Paul, and I was like, okay, she's kind of funny. Because I stopped, like, I don't know.
I think that they started to, like, they all three of them, like, they used to, like, they still do majority appeal to a younger audience, but they're getting to an age where they're like, I don't want to like act like I'm 12 years old. I'm 25 years old. I'm 22, whatever. And so they're appealing a little bit more to like. So I think they're just like appealing to like more of an older audience. And I think because me and you are like OG, like on YouTube, we actually consume content, whereas not a lot of my friends do. I don't know about your friends, but we're actually noticing it.
Not as much as me.
Right. So I feel like if my friends like went home and watched YouTube videos all day long, they would start to notice. But we just know because it's like those are like the, you know, the big pillars of the industry. So we are paying attention.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't know that they were still trying to convince people that they were together because of, like, I stopped paying attention, like, yes, after the wedding. And then even more so after he was seen, like, at lunch with Eric Costello.
Right.
But, like, I do think, like, they definitely hooked up. They 100% have hooked up.
Yeah, for sure. But
like, are they together? Like, probs not.
No. All right, I feel like we've been devoting a lot of time to this. Maybe we should.
It's juicy. It's juicy.
I know, it's juicy. I don't
okay,
want
wait.
to gossipy. Oh, funny stories.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So I have a juicy story to tell you.
Yes. Is it funny?
So it's kind of gross.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we all know, well, not all of us, but like my ex, his new
Oh
girlfriend,
my God, where is this going right now?
it's like pretty
You know where we
juicy.
are? We're in public.
I know. I'm going to just tell the story because it's like kind of crazy and I've been like meaning to like tell somebody about this.
Okay.
So I ran into one of her friends in December and she told me, and like they work at this restaurant like really close to where I live, and she tells me, she's like, hey girl, like I know that you used to date, so you know, my ex, like and this wasn't his new girl, it was like her best friend or something. She's like, I'm just wanting to apologize for like messing with your food. And I was like, what?
Sorry, what?
And she goes, yeah, like you came into like XYZ restaurant like a couple weeks ago, like, you know, we fucked with your food. And I was like, I feel really bad for the girl whose food you messed with, but I like purposely don't go to that restaurant because I knew they were going to do some shady shit like that. And I was like, that is so disgusting. So then my
Did you
neighbors,
say this to her face?
I literally told her, I was like, it wasn't me. I was like, I feel really bad for the girl whose food you messed with, but it
Did
was
she
not
say in
me.
what way they messed with it? Because there's a big difference between taking a shit in someone's french fries versus like, you know,
Well,
just like
she
touching
insinuated,
it.
like, to be honest, she insinuated that like they did the works on it because I know that all those like people don't like me. Like she insinuated that it was really bad.
That
And
is
I
so
told her,
illegal, and you could get her fired and arrested.
I mean, yeah, this was like back in December. I like didn't do anything with that information. And then she goes, well, I was like, I've never been there because I know that all those waiters hate me, like because whatever. Because I like date the one girl's ex or whatever. But she goes, yeah, it's better if you don't come because your food will definitely be messed with if you go. So then my neighbor works at that restaurant and I asked him and I told him the story and he goes, yes, 100% confirmed. If people are rude, they'll spit and fuck with your food. Crazy. Like, can you think about that? Like, I have a lot of
Do
friends in the
something.
industry and like we're best friends and they've told me like, no, we never do that. That's like so like people can get really
Spit in
sick.
someone's
Like,
food? Like, first off, where are they gonna spit? Like on the burger? Like,
I'm
throw the. Oh my God,
sorry.
so disgusting.
So like, I'm just so nice to everyone when I'm out. Like,
Well,
I was tip really well. Like,
so Tony is always paranoid about that. He always thinks that like stuff is gonna happen, and if I'm like, I could be like, excuse me, I ordered a salad and you accidentally gave me like a roast chicken. Could you give me my salad? He'd be like, fuck Julia, now they're gonna like fucking spit in our food. I'm like, dude, like I'm being polite. Like, I don't know what to say.
well, the thing was that these people were like, they thought that girl was me, and like purposely were like,
Okay,
they
but
had. It
I'm
wasn't because I was
confused about
rude like to them. It was like literally nothing. Like I didn't know any of those
so.
people.
But this girl, she came up to you and said this as an apology.
Yes,
But that's not an apology. She's rubbing it in
admitting.
your face. No pun intended, rubbing it in your food. That she did that.
Yeah, it was like really backwards.
She's incriminating herself also because that's illegal. 100% you could press charges. Get her to say it again. Get her on recording.
I
Get her
like
on the podcast.
literally. Can I bring you on my podcast and ask you about specifically what you did to my food? It was just like so
I
like
can't
she
believe
told
you
me
didn't
this.
punch her in her face.
Well, I was sitting next
Just
to like
kidding.
it was like at the end of the night. Like I was next to Lydia, and I with like everything that this girl was saying in one ear, I would like whisper over to Lydia, and Lydia was like, "We're leaving, we're leaving." It was just like a bad night. Yeah, so weird. But
Wow.
that was my juicy story.
What did I write on there? What did I write as my funny story?
Yeah,
I wrote a funny story about a new yoga studio that I go to or that I went to, and then I wrote the poop story in college. So which one should we tell?
the poop story is pretty funny. But like, is it one of those things where like you had to be there?
Probably. But
now we're like talking about it. I feel like we have to tell it.
All right. Well, you can tell it because I don't.
So basically, senior year of college, Julia came up and visited me, and we were like pre-gaming, like before we went out to like a day long, which is like a darty or like a day party.
A
frats, a darty, and
day load.
A day. Oh, day what?
Day load. That's what they call it here. Day load.
Oh, I've never heard that one. It's kind of gross. I don't know why.
Because you
load.
think like load.
But so we're like, how many friends, please? Julia, like, the story like always brings me to tears. Like it's just like, I wish I still had that video. I probably have it somewhere, like on an old computer or something. I'll have to find it.
Was it on your phone?
But I got a new phone. Like it like didn't like go through. Like I know it was terrible. But basically, Julia tried to go to the bathroom, and she like comes out and she's like, Lily, I'm sorry. She's like, Lily, you have to come to the bathroom. I was like, what? So I go to the bathroom, and like she shows me, I shit you not, it was the biggest shit I've ever seen. Like this thing was like 13 inches long, like the literal width of my computer. And like, I was like, well, we have to like, we were like, you know, obviously intoxicated. And I was like, let's, you know, put this on Snapchat. So like in the Snapchat video, Julie's like, cowabunga.
Okay, I never said that.
No, you
out of my mouth. You're twisting the story now that it's been a couple of years. You just like telling different renditions. First off, you haven't said that it wasn't my poop. So thanks for that, because it makes it look like it was mine. Some frat boy showing up.
Oh, it always makes me cry. The story. The stories. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, it wasn't. But the whole point was like you couldn't go to the bathroom because you like
pooping. And she took out her phone to record me on Snapchat. And I was like,
I think you said
pissed or something.
You're like, whoa, daddy, you're like something, I swear. It was like,
yeah, I didn't say cowabunga. But yeah, so the Snapchat essentially made it seem like it was my poo.
Because she's like presenting it. It's just like this ginormous turd. Like just literally wasn't even floating. It was just like sunk into the bottom. I'm sorry. It was just like always gets me. Like I was crying laughing at the video of A.B. farting at the doctor's. Did you watch that video?
No. Oh, yeah.
My bad, bro.
I watch it 5 times before I even understood. I think you repeated that.
Oh my god, it was so funny. I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what was yours?
What would you say?
What was the other one you had?
I'll tell this story and then we'll wrap up. So mine was basically, I forget if I told you this story, but basically I did ClassPass once to do a free trial, and then my ass accidentally forgot to cancel the free trial, so I had to like pay for it for a month, and I was like, I might as well use the class passes that I've paid for. So I'm like, okay, like I found this like yoga studio near my house that was within walking distance, and I was like, perfect. And the class was supposed to be this like cardio kickboxing class. Mind you, my neighborhood is like small, so there's not going to be like this huge gym like within walking distance of me. But basically I walk down the street, get there, it looks like it's basically a house. Like it just looks like it's someone's home. I was like, okay. So I walk up the stairs, and like the class is supposed to start in like 5 minutes, and I go and I open the door. There's no lobby, there's no nothing. It's a big room with like a wooden floor, nothing in the room except for 2 people in the middle of the room looking at each other sitting in chairs. And the guy is looking at the woman, and he's like, and then she repeats back to him, and I'm standing there and I'm looking at them, and no one has looked at me, and they're just ignoring me. And I'm like, oh my God. I was panicked. I was like, what the hell? I was so embarrassed. And I go, I'm so sorry, but like, can you tell me like where I am. I'm supposed to go. Like I thought I was supposed to go to this kickboxing class. They look at me with like such disdain that like I've interrupted their meditation session or whatever. And they're like, the guy was like, you can wait over there, and points to the corner of the room. And I'm like, okay. So I just walk to the corner of the room and I'm awkwardly standing in the corner, and it's not even a big room. And then they start again, and I'm standing there, and he's like, go inside that door. And I was like, oh, okay. And I like look behind me, there's a door, and I like open the door and go sit in this room. It's this little room the size of like a walk-in closet with like a computer and like a lounge chair, like a chair that would be in your living room, and like another chair. And I'm like, I'm gonna be murdered. Like, this is where it ends.
What?
Where the hell am I? And then finally I sit there for like 3-4 minutes, and they come in the room, and I guess they were done their meditation, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, like we're done now. I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And they're like, it's okay, you know, that happens sometimes, blah, blah, blah. But I guess it was just such a tiny, like, mom and pop studio that literally this guy came to, like, be the teacher of the class. And it was just gonna be me and him. And I was like, oh my God, am I gonna really be in this class with this one man?
In this man's house?
Literally, thank God another woman came to, like, be a part of it too. But it was so weird, and I was so embarrassed. And like, if you saw this on video, you would have pissed yourself laughing, because me just being, I'm so sorry, but where the fuck do I go? Like,
Oh my God. It
was
was like
so
when I
awkward.
walked into your neighbor's house.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Because you didn't know my address, and you're like, Julia, I'm here. And you're like, when I saw knitting needles, I knew I was in the wrong place.
Literally, there's like this basket of just like balls of yarn and like knitting needles. I was cracking up. I called you. I was like, I'm just walking into somebody's house.
Honestly, my Uber Eats drivers do it all the time. But all right, should we wrap it up? I feel like,
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed us me cry out.
even though I try to be relaxing and soft spoken, and Lily's like,
It's like over here yelling. I
screaming.
suck at soft spoken. Of course, now Rudy decides to eat the rug. At
Dude,
least you waited until we were done.
ASMR. This is like half ASMR. Like, I don't even know. But
I know it's like your ASMR and like me like just failing at it, but
right. Well, if you guys like it and want a podcast, let me know.
us know.
What names could we call it? It would just be like this, like us talking and stuff. So, but not soft spoken, just regular and no video. When you come in to visit me in like 6 months when I'm free, because I'm not free for fucking 18 years.
I know, like right after the holidays or something. Because like end of November is like Thanksgiving.
I'm going to be in
And
California.
then December is going to be like crazy because it's like Christmas. And then it's going to be New Year's. And then I think I'm going to Bali in January.
Oh, are you? What the
I'm trying to. Yeah.
All right, so I'll see you when we're like 30.
Yeah.
Great.
So let us know if you want to see a podcast before then.
Great. That's in 4 years, guys. For me.
Oh yeah, 5 for me. I was like 4 years.
All right, guys, that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast, and make sure to go to Lily's channel and check out all our other collabs for this month, and I'll be doing a couple more as well, hopefully. So thanks, guys.
Bye.
I gotta find that grape I threw.
You know what urine my phone has?
Julie, my cute little roomie.
Yeah, with a little poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a screenshot.
Hold on. What am I doing here?
Can we give each other a high five?
Okay, wait, hold on.
How can we make that not weird, but like,
All right. I'm gonna go eat dinner and maybe go out.
All right, enjoy your dinner.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.